Have you ever heard of the Great Game? It sounds like a fun board game, but it was actually a 10th century-long rivalry between the British and Russian empires for control of Central Asia, and right in the middle of it all was Afghanistan. This rivalry led to one of the most disastrous military campaigns in British history, the First Anglo-Afghan War. It all kicked off in 1839. The British, paranoid about Russian influence spreading towards India, the jewel in their imperial crown, decided they needed a friendly ruler on the Afghan throne. The current leader, Dost Muhammad Khan, was seen as too cozy with the Russians. So the British East India Company assembled a massive army called the Army of the Indus, and marched into Afghanistan to replace him with their own puppet, a former ruler named Shah Shuja Durrani. At first, the plan seemed to work. The British forces captured key cities like Kandahar and Ghazni, and by August 1839, they had taken Kabul. Dost Muhammad fled, and Shah Shuja was placed back on the throne. The British thought, job done, and left a small garrison to prop up the new king while the main army went back to India. But they made a huge mistake. They completely underestimated the Afghan people's fierce independence and their resentment of a foreign-imposed ruler. Life for the British troops in Kabul was initially quite relaxed, but underneath the surface, resentment was boiling. Afghan leaders, tribes, and the general population were furious. By late 1841, a full-blown national uprising erupted in Kabul. The British political agent was killed, and the garrison found itself completely surrounded and cut off. The situation became desperate. The British commander, General Elphinstone, negotiated a retreat. In January 1842, a column of about 16,500 people, including 4,500 soldiers and 12,000 civilians and camp followers, began the treacherous march back to British India. They were promised safe passage, but were relentlessly attacked in the freezing mountain passes. The retreat turned into a massacre. Out of the 16,500 who left Kabul, only one British man, Dr. William Britton, made it to the garrison at Jalalabad. It was an absolute catastrophe. In retaliation, the British sent an army of retribution later that year. They fought their way back to Kabul, freed the prisoners taken during the retreat, and burned parts of the city before finally withdrawing from Afghanistan for good. The war officially ended in October 1842. Shah Shuja had been assassinated, and who was back on the throne? None other than Dost Muhammad Khan, the very ruler the British had spent so much blood and treasure to overthrow. The war was a devastating failure for the British. It cost millions of pounds and thousands of lives, shattered the myth of their invincibility, and achieved absolutely nothing. For Afghanistan, it caused immense destruction, but also reinforced their reputation as the graveyard of empires. It was a brutal lesson in the perils of foreign intervention, a lesson that would echo through history. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into history.